All right, hey Helena. So, did wonderful today. I love what's happening with the knees, the ankles, your walking, the stairs, all of it. Wonderful. So, this next weekend, things crank up a little bit. Forget everything that was on our previous exercise list. We're on to bigger and better stuff. So I got top 4 that I don't want to skip a day. And then after that, there's a few that are nice to do, easy enough to do, but I don't want to overload the list here. But here are my top 4 for you right now. First one, it's the lunging, but just stretch, right? So I want you to use your hands to take some pressure off. This is not meant to put too much stress on the knee. This is just used to work on that bending. All right, the left one will look like this, and just easy, back and forth. This replaces where we used to just sit and then let the legs bend under. You've maxed that one out. So now we're into prop it up, take some weight off with your hands, and then just happy bending. Plenty of that. You can't do that enough, honestly. I know that right one gets a little sore. Don't push too hard, just get a good stretch, relax, and repeat. We're gonna do this one for a couple weeks until we're ready to get back to big quad stretches. For the step overs, similar to what you were doing before, but I want to make 2 changes. First, if we can make this, the step that you're using at home, just a touch higher, make it more like your stair height, right? So most stairs are about 6 inches, maybe a touch more. So try to make this guy about 6 inches. And then the other important factor is going to be trying to land that off foot in a nice straight line. No landing out wide. That is your go-to when it gets challenging on that bend to go wide, and then that cuts some of that bend off. I want you to go right in front, maximize that bend. Both legs, I would hit about maybe 20 step overs on each leg, and that's a really good session. All right, while you have this step out, love doing the lateral shuffle. Again, land close, not super wide, because we want the knees doing the work. This is just good to practice, getting ready for running, jumping, sprinting, all that good stuff. That's just gonna be our initial cue. And if you need a handle for that, that's fine. Just wanna work on coordination there with the legs. And then the last one that is kind of a last one that's kind of new for this week was really just squats, just sit and stand. Now, we talked about this. I want a height that is challenging but doable. Don't go so low where you have to grab and cheat. Don't go so high where it's super easy. And then also remember we talked about when it's tough, you tend to lean back and then you don't have any momentum there. I want you to lean forward, almost pretend like you got that bar on your back, and then just going like that. So again, about 20, really smooth, up and downs, just getting those mechanics back. We're gonna squat a lot in the future, so that's just getting that back. Those are my top 4: bending, stairs, little shuffling, little squatting. That's wonderful for really the ankles and the knees both. Now, if I was to add, if I had a B list, I got a few more. We talked about for that ankle, you can't go wrong stretching your calves a little bit more. I'd almost rather you do them standing now instead of using the belt. Just stand on a wall, stretch those calves, they need it. Also for the ankles, just balance, right? You can't go wrong. If you just find yourself standing waiting somewhere, go to one leg, go the other leg, and just get used to that again. Also, really loved laying face down and doing face down, foot into the floor, or your bed would probably be a great spot for this, and then do squeezes from there. That's a great move. Strengthens the quad, but you don't get any help from your backside. You're not able to cheat at all there. Same with the other leg. we did a boom, alternating, kind of pretend like you're kicking. Just get those quads to start waking up. I love that one. And then you also did really good bending in this position too. If you want to do that just on your own, or if you want to grab a belt and kind of give it a little extra, I think your right leg would love that one. So I know that's a lot. You did great on the bike. You're gonna get in the pool. Again, I think we're meeting again early next week, so no rush on any of this if it doesn't feel good, but just know that right now, we're kind of past that early phase 1 of surgery, and now you can get a little more aggressive. Keep icing, make sure you're comfortable, but man, I really love what we're seeing today, and I don't want to squander the movement and the way you're feeling. So, wish you the best, and I will see you in a few days. Bye.